Hello everyone, it's me again, and today I'd like to talk about why you should not buy a console at launch. This is specifically geared towards the Xbox One and PS4, but I'm pretty sure this applies to other stuff. So, stick around, and I guess we'll just expand more on that. Alright, we're back. So, about not buying a console at launch. Well, there are multiple reasons for that. This is probably me being paranoid a little, but it happens. The number one reason is, well, back in the old days, consoles were really simple. Now they're really complex. They're practically just like reskin computers and whatnot. So there's always problems that could arise, because once it's been released to the public, after a little bit of time, they might start finding problems with it. What do I mean by that? Well, let's say there's like an error in the operating system that might not be a good thing. And there could be a lot of bugs and all that stuff. You want to give them time to like soften all that out, and all. You remember when the PlayStation 3 launched, there was like an issue of how they would be very prone to overheating, something wrong with the thermal paste or something like that. That's an example of something that could happen. So yeah, don't buy the console at launch. Give them a little bit of time to find bugs, fix them up first, and then buy like a brand new, and then buy a brand new console. Not one that's been sitting at the shelf since the launch date. So yeah. Alright, what else do I want to say? Alright. And these days, the console just launched. I mean, there are only so many. The library for it's very limited. Maybe shortly down the line, you don't know what could happen. Maybe the console that you did not get might suddenly get like a suddenly something very good to it. Maybe like a whole bunch of exclusives and whatnot. So you never know. Yeah, maybe some plans and whatnot. Because in the beginning of a console phase, it doesn't even have half its features yet. So yeah, you want to give them time to see, how exactly that's gonna play out, as it gets patches and all that stuff. So yeah. This is from my experience. I have no idea if this will happen with this current gen console, but one thing I noticed after launch, the console prices, they drop really fast. So you wait 1 to 2 years, the price will drop. And if they don't drop, you're very very likely to at least get a good package deal if you just wait like like 1 to 2 years after launch, even like yeah, maybe even 6 months even. You'll find like a package deal, and save you some money. So yeah. Like I said, these consoles are new. These consoles are brand new. You don't know what could be wrong with them yet. You don't know. There's still a lot of stuff they're gonna add to the consoles. You don't know what, down the line, which console is gonna be, which console will have more stuff that you like, more features and whatnot. So yeah, hold off before getting a new one. Besides, it's not the if you have a current gen console and you think about getting next gen consoles, chances are your current gen console will be supported for, at least for the time being. They're not just gonna shut down all servers and stop producing games for current gen consoles altogether. Not with so many people already having them. That's just like, that doesn't make a lot of sense. So yeah. So yeah, it's pretty much what I want to talk about today. It's pretty much why I like to try and convince people to not buy a console at launch. Unless they're like, unless they could, unless they are willing to deal with like customer support, paying for it to get repaired. Now, I'm not saying it will break down, but I'm saying, these things are really complex and they don't even have all their features yet. So just give it a little time. Give it a little time for things to soften, smooth out. So yeah, that's just the point I wanted to get out there. And yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I'm actually gonna think about trying getting was a PlayStation 4 sometime June 2014, or like maybe next year 2014, around the fall or winter. Yeah. Well, that's it. If you found this video somewhat entertaining or at least worth your time, I really appreciate likes, comments, favorites, subscribes, all that stuff. I really appreciate it. Yeah, talk to y'all later.